Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Friday, finally. Good morning, Kyoaneng, Eric, Chris, Ed, the other Chris, the Chris King, W3U3, Robert. Good morning, guys. Karen. Let's go. Let's get it. Um, let's see what we get today. Okay, DDB. Yeah, thank you, brother. Gracias, gracias. You know what up, Ben? Oh, today I'm sleepy. Good morning. You're welcome, brother. It the occasion deserved the giveaway inside the 2 degrees Discord. Spanish stream today? No, I don't think you want to see this. I mean, for some of you probably that speak Spanish here, you would appreciate it, but for the rest, mm. Okay, let's start with the usual. Good morning, Tom. With the usual charting, the usual top-down analysis. Um, let's see. We are on the daily right now on Q. Mm, remember we talked yesterday about this daily fair value gap, um, and we completely held it. We traded through it for a while, and then we bumped higher, basically. Um, right now, we didn't actually completely take the 27th May, but yes, did. So we have an SMT right here. Like, I mean, we had it already yesterday. TGIF today could be. But if I actually want to see the TGIF happen, I really want to see that high being taken on Q also. Anyway, we tapped the fair value gap and we are moving towards the external liquidity. Not much more. We took previous day high, so there's also that session that liquidity, not session liquidity, that liquidity gone already for the London session. So I guess it could make sense that we get that high here. But let's see the lower time frame so I can get an idea if it aligns or not with the daily chart. 4 hour. 4 hour, we tapped into this 4 hour gap. There's nothing to the downside. Sadly, we don't have a swing. We didn't sweep the previous 4 hour low. Same on it. Yes, on ES, we do have swing because we tapped the 4 hour gap and this 6 p.m. candle closed above the 2 p.m. low. What's good? Good, good. Good morning. So yeah, we are bouncing off this fair value gap here on the 4 hour. To the downside, there's nothing. We are approaching the new all-time high here. So yeah, not much to take from the 4 hour. Also, we had a 4 hour gap here aligning with a daily gap. So also part of the bullish bias from yesterday. And hourly, what do we have on the hourly? Same thing. Fair value gap, we inversed this bearish one, and it was the only like bearish PD array that we had along the move that we are having right now. um, towards looks like towards these highs. 15 minute, 1 hour. We do have a swing, but we are on candle, whatever. 15 minutes. 10 minutes, not much. Also, we don't have anything. Good morning, Joseph. We don't have anything um to the downside on the 50 minute. No fair value gaps, nothing. Looks like if it wants to go higher, it's gonna be able to do it without much struggle. Nothing too clear in the 15. It is true. And if I want to go long here, it's gonna be extremely hard. Yes, it's all at all-time highs. That's someone just said it. Um, that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Yes, pretty odd. I'm at the open. That's right. Consider short. I would, but man, I really want to see this high taken. Like I would really like to see this high taken on NQ before shorting. Maybe we can leave the SMT, but we can still have the SMT and maybe NQ taking the high, and then considering the short from this 6 p.m. high. I wouldn't. Good morning, Lolita. Oh yeah, it's most are just extremely unhealthy. Like checking at the at NQ on the daily, like look at this. Um it's just quite insane. But hey, we've had good runs here also. Like April 2024 until July 2024, it was upside, completely upside. Like it reminds me a lot of what we are seeing right here, right? Maybe it's a little bit stronger. But we've had seasons where NQ did this. Yeah, with the SMTs, I get it. The shores are more appealing. Um, let's just see how 3 a.m. open opens and what we get. And the only thing is that for short here, I don't have any high time frame point of interest. I just have the SMT. Maybe we can create a swing. But besides that, like I don't have any other, like we don't have any fair value gap. We don't have anything else. That's the only thing that I don't like about the shorts. Good morning, Oscar. Thank you, man. Yeah, I've seen people already having fun with it. What about hourly fair value gaps? Do we have any hourly fair value gap to the downside? No, right? Like what I'm saying, Karen, is that for shorts, not having any fair value gap on the high time, not even on the 15 minute, we don't have like any fair value gap. Like we're completely approaching all-time high confidently. And the fact that we don't have any fair value gaps is just going to be shorts frame out of the SMT and the sweep of liquidity of like this high or this high. Nothing wrong with it. It's just that I really like to have fair value gaps aligning with the trade, like tapping into one. We just open, just have a tool here. We just select the most recent one. And I'm gonna keep the chart clean. That's a great SMT that we have here. Good unicorn setup on ES over here. We had a good short on NQ2. Let's see. Again, right now I wouldn't mind both movements. Like I wouldn't mind a retracement back and getting a short or a push higher, getting along. It's okay to chill on Fridays, yeah. And we already chilled yesterday because we couldn't frame anything. Like we did frame something yesterday. It was just matter of like first trade I couldn't get an entry. Second trade I was not like sure about it. Good morning, Alex. So we already chilled yesterday. Let's see how we move lower. We didn't check crude oil. Crude oil, crude oil. Good morning, Alex. The other Alex. Gold. Gold. Yes, crude oil. Crude oil is just completely dying. Sometimes read on X that trading becomes boring over time. Do you agree with that? Secondly, how important is do you think is to have the side projects outside of trading? Um, I don't think it becomes boring. Um, it just becomes repetitive, and you have to be okay with it. Maybe repetitive and boring. We can argue that it's going to be the same thing eventually. But yeah, I think trading has to become repetitive. Like you have to be doing the same thing. You have to go over and over and over around the same thing. So it becomes repetitive and you don't even have to think that much about the trade that you're going to take or not, you know? And maybe it becomes boring, but I wouldn't say it becomes boring. It doesn't, like, I don't get bored when I'm trading, at least for me, and I've been doing it for a while. I don't know about you, Tom, that you've been doing it also for a while. And it's important to have side projects. Um, I don't think it's completely essential to have side project outside of trading. I don't think it's like necessary. I think it goes good. Like it works good. Like if you have another side project outside of trading, you're gonna be not that focused. You're not gonna be that focused on trading, and that way you're gonna be able to like free your mind about the trading thing, occupy time on a different story. So I think it's something good to have, like hobbies or a side project that's not involved with trading. Exactly. That's a really good quote. If you are, there's always something to learn. That's true. And if you're not, like, if you're getting bored, it's like because you're not keeping up with all you could do. If NQ taps, sell side liquidity at 30,290, 30,290. Let me check. Oh, yeah, this slows over here. Uh, yeah, longs over there. Do we have a fair value gap? Yeah, that's an hourly fair value gap right there. Spring now an hourly. Um, Unicorn. What is your opinion about discretionary trading? Um, I think I think you have to be really good being a discretionary trader. Like, I think you could do it. I think you could be one. Um, some sort of discretion is sometimes needed. Like, a model can be fully mechanic, but we are humans and we will want to add some sort of discretion to it. So some discretion is good. Fully discretionary models, I think you really need to know so many things and be like extremely good to be able to form a decision uh, that over time it gives you like it yields you good results. But there's people that trade fully discretionary way. What Ben just said is completely right. If you just focus a couple of years, like a few years, onto trading the same thing over and over and over, uh, it's gonna eventually develop the mindset to be able to keep up with the trading business. What is happening? What do you mean, Andres? I'm 100% focused in trading. Goal is to quit my job. Hey, that's a good goal. That was my goal also. Can we have a table for the indicator that shows current unicorn model formed on different time frames? I'm gonna note this as a suggestion because I don't think it's a bad idea. I got you with the suggestion. Okay, let's see. Not doing much. We moved lower, move higher. Long on a queue now. Mm, I would like, uh, but we don't have much. Like I don't think we swept enough liquidity. In fact, on the 15 minute, we didn't even take the previous high or previous low. So on that note, I wouldn't trust too much about what's gonna do next. Good morning, Justin. Same for the hourly. We didn't even take the hourly. I don't know. We have some tea. Probably we do. What did I have for lunch yesterday? I had um I don't remember. I had cannelloni. Good morning, everyone. Jim, does the indicator grade the setups A plus or B? No, we don't have a grading in place. Um, if we had to think about one, I don't know what we would do because, like, the thing is that the tool doesn't take into consideration that the higher time frame picture. Like, it doesn't. Besides the automatic bias, it doesn't form. Like, it doesn't take into consideration if we have an hourly February gap, a 4 hour February gap. If we have multiple liquidity sweeps, obviously you can see if the sweep is showing you uh, that we have multiple liquidity sweeps. Probably the setup is going to be better. Like if we have a 15-minute sweep, an hourly sweep, a 4 hour sweep, but we don't have a grading system. And if we wanted to do one, I don't know, like what could be the logic for the grading system on the trades that it shows. Also, and the grading the systems is also telling people pretty much what to take and what not to take. And I don't know if it's something that we want to do. Like we don't want this to be um, a form for people to just execute out of everything that it's being shown. Uh, 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 yeah, yesterday it printed a couple things to the outside, the tool, and I saw also people forming bios with the tool. Yeah. Could we get Cannelloni Italiani? True. Could we get the 15, 30 minutes and 1 hour deving in line? Uh, so you would like to see the high time frame on the right also? Trying to see here what I can frame. We do have an SMT with ES. We do have an SMT and ES looks like it wants to push higher. HLOs look pretty clear. Yeah, set a short despite the fact long bias. Yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, like the all of these lows here as the smooth edges, they look really great. I don't know if we would get this now or do New York. Oh, the vertical line. Okay, yeah. Let me just note this. Good addition. By the way, if you pair this with the TTFM combination, is just insane. Like I don't mind short. Like I don't mind getting a short move here. What I do mind is I don't have anything. I mean, the only thing it would I would have is probably this 5 minute breaker. Uh, but on the 1 minute, not much. And at the same time, on gold or other assets, we actually don't have anything. Crude oil, nothing. Gold, nothing. What's my risk on funded? Depends on the size, obviously, but usually around 0.5, 0.25% of the account size. So basically, I'm risking on the 50Ks, I'm risking around 250, 200. Sometimes I could like hire it a bit and make it even to 300. But yeah, around 200 and between 200 and 300 per trade on the 50Ks. Are you trading with the indicator? Yeah, I do. Am I trading? I am trading with indicator. Moving lower. Shorts are moving. Sadly, I couldn't get a liquidity sweep at open. Let me see it. Okay, 15. The draw is here at the hourly fair value gap. Okay, the shorts on gold not looking bad. Look what you got. Yeah, I just saw on Instagram. Looks fucking class. That's like my everyday watch. Also, Ben. There's no better one. For now, nothing, guys. At least we took like um on funded accounts. Do you for base hit full porting? Uh, I don't actually full port anymore. I used to do it way back. Um, but right now I'm trying to obviously the risk on funded when like going for the evaluation. Oh, do you mean evaluation or funded account? Ooh, hello from Crete. Good morning, Anthony. I usually go for big hits. Then, if it's on the funded, not the evaluation, usually never full port a funded account. Like I don't think it's the right choice. I just base hit on them. I wanted to be a little bit more Juno, so I bought it. It's the best watch ever. Uh, just charging to make you not breach. I think with 2x my size, it's really easy with any strategy. Like if I'm risking 500 per trade, I think it's really easy based on any strategy that you breach it. Like it's really easy. It's like with 500 in most profits, you have what, four trades to have like the account completely fucked. Um, and in my model, I can take four losing trades. Yeah, it was a while ago. I think the last streak, it was three. Uh, it was three, and I don't even remember if it was three in between. If we had in between um, she's a winning trade in between moving lower, blah blah blah. So the thing is, I want short. The thing is, what do I use? I don't. Do I want to use this 5 minute? Obviously, this is just a liquidity sweep. There's no open high low close. It's just a 5 minute, a 15 minute swing high taken with no fair value gap. What would I use? Because my drawn liquidity is set to here. This lows. Um, minute, a minute. Hold nothing. Crude oil pumping. Crude oil going way higher. Because like right now, I don't know if I want to entertain this short or just wait for the fair value gap and look for longs. Being honest, even as much as I like this short move. We are dumping. Let's check here. If yes taps into the hourly gap also, let me mark it out right here. Pretty much all my trades that I've been taking, 90% or 95% or higher, have been longs the past month or so while we trade here. Like the shorts, with this market usually don't get that much follow through. Like even in this short, if we check here with the unicorn, and we had like a few times where looks like we had to move lower and it failed, you know. So got into something, no fair value gap, nothing, gold, nothing. This Friday and end of month, true, true. Damn, this month just went by so fast. See the reaction of this lows. I really want to see the reaction of this lows and the fair value gap equal lows plus 1 hour FPG. Getting close to there. Um, Nothing else here. I mean, the drop here, I must say that it was fucking clean. The fact that I didn't have like a clear breaker for me to use was a shame. Anyway, prefer not to just jump into something because I think it looked good. What settings do I have here? Okay. Thanks, Alex. Thank you so much. For anyone that asked something about my model, I recorded a video, like a 10-minute video talking about the model. No, it's completely okay, Seafair, to short this move. The thing is, what do you use here as the breaker? Like that make what makes the most sense for me here is maybe shorting this 5 minute, but then like the trade is just completely super small link. Yeah, let me send it to you. Like I have a playlist. So since I don't have a clean breaker, like a good entry way to get into the short move, I just have to pass and not get it. That way, you also develop like the patient part of you being a trader. That's really important. You don't have to be on every move in the market just because you like it. Content playlist. Get sharply. There you go, Peso. That's a playlist. You have. I have them. I have the base settings that maybe you're checking M and Q. Yeah, you're checking M and Q. There's some discrepancies on, yeah, and it worked pretty nice because that candle was a little bit bigger and maybe the timings. Sometimes there's discrepancies between M and Q and NQ. But yeah, that trade was fucking clean on M and Q. I mean, probably was the best breaker out of everything. I would see these lows, and that's also 15-minute fair value gap, 1 hour, 15-minute fair value gap. And the reason why it didn't print the short on this on NQ and it did on MNQ is because on NQ we don't have a fair value gap. Let me check. Because if I deactivate the unicorn mode, we have a breaker over here. Uh, Otherwise I don't see a reason why it's not showing. Come on, take the shorts, please. I take the lows, please. Seems to be hard, yeah. Let's see if we can take it. If we have a good breaker, like if we can take it and start moving higher again, like this something like this, that would be cool. We didn't take it yet. Nah, we did. Yes, didn't tap the fair value gap, so I guess a little bit more of a retracement here on ES would be appreciated. Um, and start moving higher. Let's see if ES takes up fair value gap. There it goes. Did it tap? Hmm, not sure about it. Yes, trying. We didn't take the fair value gap for like a tick. Okay, yes, took it now. Hour, hour, 1 hour, 4 hour. Okay, we just opened that 5 minute, this 15. So let's see how it managed to close. So if we start having a move towards like above this high, I can consider longing. Yes, reacting uh, on the fair value gap too. Yeah, exactly. Like if we have a good reaction and we can displace through this area and get a strong closure above this high here, I think for me that's a good reaction out of the equal lows, the hourly and 15-minute fair value gap. Obviously, I think yeah, NQ is a little bit weaker than ES here, so we really need to see if we can actually get like a good move. Exactly with better displacement. Like at this point, eh, like the following candles have to be strong enough to close above and have displacement through it. Hey, gold pumped higher. Crude oil seems to still be going higher. We have a 5 minute here on the With this 1 hour swing and 4 hour open high low close, we have this 5 minute setup on crude oil. That's not looking too bad. It thinks we don't have any fair value gap, right? Wow, and Q completely dying. What's the next point of interest? The next point of interest is probably Asia lows at this point. Is that a daily fair value gap? What's the fair value gap that I have marked out here? The 4 hour fair value gap again. We tapped into the 4 hour gap once more. Let's see if we can get a reaction or we're just completely keep going lower. Crude oil really pushing for it. Jesus, didn't even give an entry into this trade. Yes. What if it inverts the hourly fair value gap? Then it's going to be like a really good and strong bearish signature over there. ES is holding or trying to hold the hourly fair value gap, but if we need to wait for the hourly fair value gap, at least we need to wait for 20 minutes until the hourly candle closes. We took the established mark also on ES here at midnight. Um, ES tapped into midnight open and Q shit didn't. Right? Yeah, no. And ES did tap into midnight open. ES printed a short here on the 3 minute, nothing. Maria says hi from Thailand. We're watching you. Hi, hi back to Maria. Okay, so fucking boring. It printed it short right now here on NQ on the 5 minute. Uh, I don't know if I want to just follow through the shorts, to be honest. If we embarrass then our Drawn liquidity change to Asia lows. I think Asia lows is a great drawn liquidity for New York session. I don't think I would like to see like the drawn liquidity being taken, like the Asia lows being taken during London. That's true. Mm-mm-mm. Crude. Damn, Crude, I was gonna give 2R on this fucking trade already. Just check the 1 minute. What is Q doing? I guess it was the shorts. Like the play for this morning was the shorts. The play for yesterday, London was the first initial long. Crude oil is so strong. And yes, and then Q keep dying of this. Mm. I don't know if it's like I'm just so long biased. Obviously, the past few days, weeks, month, that like, taking shorts is extremely hard for like not hard, but I really want to have like that extra confluence with me to get into short. Because what I've seen is that sometimes like they follow through for a while and then eventually they start moving again higher and you get completely fucked. Okay, new 15 open. Now it is printing a 15 setup. That makes real sense with this 4 hour sweep here, the hourly sweep here. Uh, it really makes sense. I don't dislike the 15-minute setup with the S&T and everything, having the Asia lows over here. Boom. Some reason it's not printing out on MNQ. How would this short look like if I had to take it? What's the breaker that's showing me all of this? Isn't it showing on NQ with the settings that I have is unicorn mode, multiple, and automatic. And I don't have any filter right now on. The 1 minute unicorn printed on auto bias setting non-neutral. Had to refresh it to get it. Okay, cool. Let's see. The only good thing, the only bad part about the short is that we are actually holding the hourly fair value gap. Like we're gonna close this hourly candle, like if the fair value gap held. Exactly, exactly. And as you mentioned, Harun is a BPR. We have the fair value here, like it's a completely BPR. So it's a tricky short, like it's a tricky spot to decide whether if you want to go long or short. The way this fair value gap is holding is really nice. We tapped into the 5 minute unicorn. We tapped into the 15-minute unicorn. I mean, having both unicorns on the 5 and the 15 is kind of sexy, I would say, but damn, hard to stick with the short bias. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like we practice a lot of patience during the my streams at least. Not trying to jump into any trade too quick. Sadly, on the 5 minute, we don't have any breaker or something that you would like we would like to see here after the hourly fair value gap. Good morning to the man himself, Mr. 2 degrees in the chat. Good morning, Jerma. How are we doing? You don't like the 1 minute break long? Yeah, not bad. Just no confirmation yet on both ES and EQ after the hourly fair value gap. Are you active on short? Not. I'm not taking the short. I have it on neutral because that way I just get to see like both setups, like both directions, and then I can like decide whether if I want to take one or not. Like I prefer to form the bias for me instead of like using the automatic one. Not because the automatic works bad. I just think I prefer to follow my own criteria for the bias. There you go. Now we have a unicorn here. That this one interests me the most, like a little bit more. Let's see if I can get an entry after disclosure. Go with 2 minutes in here. The breaker is really small. I'm just gonna try this one with the reaction on the hourly. Just giving it a go here. Yes. We also printed this. It's gonna be a really tight stop. I know the type of stop the type of stops that I use. They're really tight. So if we get stopped out, it's gonna be a quick one. We have a 15-minute fair value gap along the move here, a little bit above. So that's something to be aware of. Let's see, we can have a reaction from the breaker here. The fair value gap. Let's just mark out the fair value gap, just in case we move lower somehow. It's going to be this high. So this high is also the 15-minute FBG. So if somehow we manage to trade above this high here, that's also the 15-minute fair value gap. I'm going to move break even. If and Q can move higher, please. What is ES doing? Let's see if ES wants to get the entry. Like here, the only bad thing also about this trade is that we're trading the weaker asset. Like in Q is the weak one. Usually using tight stop losses on weak assets is not the best decision because if the stronger the asset here, for example, ES is the one that's gonna wants to get the entry and Q is trading a little bit inside the breaker block, we can get stopped out really easily and then get the move higher. Yeah, I think that the play here is going to be to move break even at this 15-minute fair value gap. If we manage to do so, see how what we're saying about the weak asset and the strong asset, how like in Q struggles a little bit more into getting the move higher, and Q like ES is trading above this high already, and Q is like struggling a little bit to trade past this high here. That's why I think also going break even on this. Also, if we form, I don't know, because yes, it's going to go for the 2R really quick, looks like. And he has already took the fair value gap. So that's something to be aware of also. Just looking for a little bit more follow through on ES, a little bit more higher. So we can keep up with this. With 15. Really important to check ES here after the 15-minute fair value gap reaction. Back to break even. And then we have 1 minute left for this 15-minute on both ES and NQ, obviously. I know NQ obviously is not going to take the previous 15. That would be too much of a move. I'm watching here on ES if we can actually close inside the fair value gap instead of just below the previous 15-minute high. The previous 15-minute is over here. Yes. Previous 15-minute. So EVS could close here in the following 1 minute. The following minute, if it can close is above the 50-minute, I think it's going to be great for the trade. He seems to be following nicely with ES. Great. Looks like it's picking up a little bit more strength. If we could get the closure above the previous 15-minute high and the fair value, and because that's aligning with the fair value gap. Previous 15-minute high plus fair value gap. If we could manage to close this 15 in the coming 15 seconds, that I don't think is going to happen, but if we did, that would be great because now we open a new 15-minute candle. Boom, boom. Okay, we swept the previous 15-minute high at fair value gap. That's the reaction here. Now paying attention, not break even yet. Feels like we're really close to the entry. Like any movement here could potentially take us break even. I would prefer to have a closure, but I'm gonna pay attention in case I want to close this trade if I get a weird reaction or something. New 15-minute open. Looks like we are pushing higher. At this point, it would be okay. I was gonna say it would be wise to move break even, but obviously we didn't need that one. Execution on the chart. That's why patience is the key here, guys, and adding the context to the tool is also really important. Because we could have taken many trades during this move down, but hey, if we are able to form a bias, we are able to generate context, if we are able to help the tool, because I think the tool is really useful, but if we can manage to help a little bit more the tool ourselves, we can take advantage of this, because I'm telling you guys, this is crazy. GG. On it was really clean also. It also gave 2R, so both setups here giving 2R. Let's go. That's what you created to Greece. That's what you did here. Your creation. GG's. And also here, this is really a good example of like why I use the unicorn invalidation. Because sometimes, like, yeah, the stop loss is really tight, but if you you cannot be as good. Like this week has been 3 out of 3. We didn't take a trade yesterday because it was not like the best day to take a trade. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, we took a winning trade. What I was saying is a good example here for the invalidation for the unicorn. I know it might look like the stop loss placement here on a 10-point range might be a little bit small. I get it. It is small. But the logic around the model is that the unicorn or the breakers is the one that's going to be holding price to not fall through again back down. When you actually believe in that, sometimes you're going to get paper cuts. That's something that happens. And I think it happens on any entry function, any model, anything. But believing and actually testing it for yourselves, if you can, that usually like this, like using the breaker itself, the unicorn itself, is going to give you better results over time, because the type of movements that you're going to be looking for are really small, like in and out. Like in this position, we've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. It's been a really fast trade. Otherwise, if I had to place my stop loss over here, and then let me change the invalidation to the swing here on this trade so we can visualize the 2R. We would be looking to someone like this, going for this high. When we are trading this type of trades that high with invalidation, with that big of an invalidation, we really need to nail the movement. Like right now, I could not care less about what NQ wants to do here. Like if it's going to die and go to HLOs, I don't give a fuck, because I already took my 2R. I already took my piece of the cake. That's also why I think this model is really good for for funded. Like if you want to go for base hits, looking for 2R base hits, this model is just extremely. How many points? That was my stop loss. My stop loss was 10 points, 9.25, and I did 18 something, 1850 stop loss. It was 9.25, yeah. Made. Now I believe in the breaker. I had to show you, right, Andres? Like I've been trading this for the past two months that we've been streaming, and overall we've had more winning trades than not. Way more winning trades than not. That was a phenomenal setup. Thank you, Harun. That was the hourly fair value gap right now. Look how the fair value gap just held here, the hourly fair value gap. Uh, and now we opened. That was fucking clean. How I got to the system that we are trading today, like the one that we are trading here all together. Um, so the story is really simple. I was trading crypto back then. Um, Let me just take a picture of this so I don't lose it up. Good morning, Rabbit Bullet. You're late today. Thank you, brother. Um, so I discovered this. Uh, how can we access the critical monitoring that you recommended? You can get it on the unicornmodel.com or to the 2degrees.trade. Let me send you the link if you want to. 2degrees.trade. There you go. That's the website where you can get it. Um, what I was saying about the model. Oh yeah, I was trading crypto. Then I made the switch to futures. Eventually, I met Tyler. Uh, I met Tyler, and he introduced me to the unicorn. Obviously, the way I learned this model at first was not the same way I trade it now. Now I added like my own things. I decided to add like the open high low closes. I decided to add different things, different logic that the initial model didn't have. So I tweaked it to my own trading style, and that's something that I really preach. Like I really tell people, learn the model and make it yours. So you add your touch to it. If you don't need it, obviously just don't change anything. But I always prefer that people like learn something and then completely change it to their own needs. Yeah, the thing is like I really learned this model with this um like I started trading it that way by using the breaker as the entry and invalidation. And since then I've been trading it this way and has been working really good. Can you explain the overhead concept to your model again, please? You know, of course, Tom. That's easy. So see how we have here 15-minute open high low close. Let me pull up another indicator here from Mr. 2 degrees, the higher time frame power of three. Been struggling with full porting the whole of lasting this month. Now you're about to change my entire system of full porting and base hits. Bro, I hope that's something positive. Also tune into the streams. Because I mean, I think they're really positive. The ones that we are hosting here, that the London streams are like in general, the whole the lab live streamings are really positive. But for London, that's a really slow session. If you usually trade London, tune in here every day. Like we always chatting, we always like talking about price action. If nothing shows up, we keep talking, and that way you get distracted and you don't get like attached to the charts that much. Like it really helps me also. Like doing the streams really helped me also because if we're not trading, we're talking, and when it gets the time to trade because something formed, we just take it. Like it's just, I don't know, we get into the flow altogether. Um. Oh yeah. Okay. What about evals? We can talk about the fundeds. So the open high low close here. Yes, let me change this and put this on the 15 minute. Check this. We have the open high low close over there. So the open high low close basically is when a new high time frame candle opens and we sweep the previous high or low. Just let me represent it. We have a 50 minute candle here to the downside with a low. Thank you, Ben, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was a good clean. That was a good long. And then that's a 15-minute candle. So you can apply this logic to any high time frame candle, but it's 15-minute candle. And then boom, boom. Eventually, the new 15-minute candle, let's play like this, opens and sweeps the previous 15-minute low. You can apply the same logic for highs and lows, but that's what you want to look for. When a high time frame candle opens, you want to see how this one takes the previous low or high and then starts moving into the opposite direction. Here we took the previous 15-minute here and we start moving into the opposite direction. Exactly. Like it's exactly. It's the same logic, but I don't want to call it like C2, C1, C3 because we are not following like we're not following the swing logic. Like we don't need C3 for this setup. And essentially like the C2 is just an open high low close. The term for it is just an open high low close. It got popular because of T-Trade's fractal model. And that's a really good way to see it if you're trading the fractal. But yeah, it's basically unicorn that happens in the C2. And that's the sauce here is that if you use the fractal, if you combine the fractal with the unicorn model, you're gonna get extremely good trades. The size that I took it was 50K. That's why I risked like 300 something. Like I risked between 250, 300 on 50Ks. Just two minis on this move was what like the breaker was a 10 point breaker, so it was a really small move. That's why 2 minis 370. It was a little bit above my usual trade. What about EBOS? I guess you refer to the EBOS. How beautiful. We touched the breaker again, the unicorn again, and we did twar again. That's crazy. Usually when this happens, that means that you had like a great breaker block. That the breaker block or unicorn that you used was a high probability one. Um, um, what about evals? Yeah, on evals, I don't like to full port them. I do like to increase size. That's 100% true. I like to increase size. Uh, Así que, so yeah. S- 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 17. It depends on of the time of the. Uh, I don't know exactly how the logic coded is. I think I can ask Tommaso to agree here for the logic on the auto. I think uh, it depends. Like if you're looking at the 1 minute, the high time frame bias on the automatic is going to change really quick. Like I think it changes a lot between times. So maybe like you have a time window that it was feeling like that the system was showing bearish, and then you have a time period that it was showing bullish. That's why there's so much difference between the neutral. That's why I always suggest to just go with the neutral and just form your bias, like try to add your own context, because the neutral is going to be, I think, the most representative way of how the breakers should show. Right now, I'm not copy trading accounts. Mm-mm. But yeah, I think it's for what I said, Craig, because like depending on the time windows, like the bias changes and the system just changes bias a lot. And so in this time window, we had a setup aligning with a specific bias. Um, I don't know. I could check into the whole like logic behind it. I did something that 2 degrees cooked, and I think he did a great job. But I really suggest you to work towards the neutral and try to form the bias by yourself by looking at fair value gaps, because that's from my experience. Like I've been testing the with a unicorn for like the tool for like a few weeks, months. It works best. Like London works really good. Uh, it works really good during London because it is more slow. We have uh, less like noisy setups because like everything's so slow. During New York, it is true that sometimes especially with the opens that we're having on New York the past few days, where we just move higher, take some sort of liquidity, we move lower, then we move higher again. So obviously, like I think London, you can trade it and the bias are going to be able like you're going to be able to set your bias in the context way easier because like it's more slower, you have time to see, and also London respects like see like this hourly fair value gap, it has been respected really nice compared to in New York. Lately New York has been way more like harder for me to set a bias, to decide whether we want to take longs or shorts. I suggest like for now during New York to just wait for 10 a.m. or something like this. Exactly. There's not that much volatility, so you have more time to analyze and decide. But it works really good for both sessions. There you go. Thank you to for the answer on that one, because I didn't have like the full context. Do you use daily chart for intraday trades? I use the chart for the bias, just for it, just for the bias. Any comment by entering trade using breaker block versus retrace to OTA discount? I cannot give you a good input on that because I don't usually like I never used OTE or price discount like discount areas. So I cannot like tell you what better what works good for me are the unicorns and the breakers. Um, I cannot give you an opinion probably on the OT because I could give you an opinion, but it wouldn't be like an informed opinion. It would be an opinion from someone that never used it. We missed the shorts, but we were able to get the longs after the short. That was really good, especially for a Friday, ending the week with win. Um, yeah, always scalping is always like you have to treat it with respect. Is um, you can mess it up real quick. Um, yeah, the way I would describe my model is simple. And I think we've been able to translate this simplicity into the tool also, like with design, with settings. That was the main goal for the tool. I tried to create, like, not create, but to like teach this model in the most simple way possible. Uh, and I think I had to do the same thing with the tool. And now that we created the tool, I think they complement, like the model and the tool. Both assets complement each other really, really well. Um, I mean, of course, if you have heard of like, going back to sculpting, it's fair enough. But yeah, like man, the unicorn model like changed my life for real. Obviously, it's been 3 years of working nonstop and learning and refining. Um, but yeah, I never thought I would like get to a point where I would trade only one model for years that would work this well. Iron trade unicorn on CM was good. Maze negative on CM, average around 2 trades a week. Should I also add NQ unicorn for scalping? Yeah, like you could try it. Like of course, back test it for a while. Try it out for a while and see if it works. Like the same way you want to see trades happen on CL. Let's see if it works same way. That's how I trade. So obviously my answer is gonna be it works, but it may not fit. Like I don't know. You may be used to crude oil that much that then NQ feels odd to you. Try it out. Obviously, and I say it always here. Um, I'm always open. Like if anyone has any questions outside the stream, I'm open on socials. Like I try to read everything that you guys like send me out. So just feel free, like Sario, if you ever have any question and like you want to get into the trading scalping again, and you have any questions, feel completely free to reach out to me, and I can help you out with anything. How many hours do you spend on your screen trading or working? Trading, the time that we are on stream and like a few minutes here and there, like opening up the chart 10 minutes, 10 more minutes. But at the end of the day, no more than 3 hours maybe on charts, 2, 3 hours. Screen time when it comes to working, I don't know. Sometimes it's like 12 hours, something like this. How much time did you spend on your journal per day? Right now, I don't spend time on the journal because I have it automatic. I use TradeZella, and that's the best thing to do. I do believe that if you're starting and you want to like improve the the learning curve, like get the most out of your trades, you should be journaling by hand. And I had a great journal that I've been sharing. What I did was, so my journey started because I was so fed up of losing and doing stupid mistakes. Oh, look, it's putting it short. I was so tired of committing mistakes that I opened up my Twitter account. I created a Notion journal where I shared the link on my X page, and all I was trading, I would add it to the Notion journal, uh, and I started posting. So eventually, people started resonating with what I was doing, the accountability part, showing the losses, showing the wins, and eventually, that's what led me to be able to identify what I was doing wrong and what I was doing right, and also accepting the losses. Do you consider if price taking longer time from the breaker block to displacement? Today I was like 19 candles to finally break the breaker block. We're taking the short now. I'm not taking anything more. But hey, I mean, it didn't give an entry on this setup. That's true, sadly. But the setup, like the 15-minute open high low close on the 15-minute fair value gap, not bad of a set, like not bad of a logic here. Usually, Tom, if you wanna, like the best breakers happen when we have displacement. So I guess the answer is yes. You want to go through the breaker as fast as possible. Um, but then you decide if you want to like. I mean, we struggled a bit here. Like we tried to go higher, we couldn't. But as long as you have like a few candles, like if I think that if price struggles to go through the breaker, but eventually we have like a strong move that's the one confirming the breaker block, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna consider that last part of the move, the displacement move. But if it's just complete grind, higher, 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 with no displacement move at any time, and we close above the breaker, I'm not gonna believe that breaker the same way if I had like a strong push through it at some time, like when we going through the breaker. 3 minute bearish breaker forming. Um, yeah, could be that we're forming a 3 minute bearish one. But the thing is, I don't want to entertain shorts today. Like, I really want to stick to the longs, and that's why also why I missed the short move here, and I went for the long. Exactly. That's one of my rules. Like if I get a winning trade, I don't know why I would be looking for another one. Can you talk about how you form your daily bias? Sure. It's a really simple process, actually. Uh, Let me just remove the executions here real quick. So my bias, like I do a top-down analysis. So I basically start from the daily, then I go to the 4 hour, then I go to the 1 hour, then I go to the 15 minute, and then I go to the uh, entry time frame. So on that 1 hour, I just let me deactivate the tool. I just look for uh, fair value gaps into highs or lows, like this, like fair value gap into highs or lows. It's basically the internal to external range liquidity logic. Um, but it really works. Obviously, one of the things that I look for, it also depends on, like you can form a bias for the day, and you can form a bias for the session. Um, Usually, if I'm trading London session, one of the things that I look for is did we take previous high or low? If we didn't and we are close to the previous day high or low, that's going to be my main, like one of my main bias. Um, Looking for a movement towards the high or the low of the previous day. If we are close, um, but yeah, like essentially, I would look for internal to external moves and vice versa, at least on the daily. And then on the 4 hour, I would just start marking out fair value gaps. Like today, like, let me just show you the top down analysis that we did today. Yesterday, we were trading this. We mentioned that we were tapping a fair value gap, a daily fair value gap. So my bias for yesterday were bullish. Boom. That's why I mean, yeah, that's why I was playing bullish because of the fair value gap here in the daily, looking for this high. Did we take the high? No. So my bias remain the same until we take this high here. Then I go to the 4 hour. My daily bias is bullish. So 1 day equals bullish. 4 hour and 1 hour. 4 hour. How's the 4 hour looking? 4 hour, we have a fair value gap to the upside that we've reacted. Fair value gap. And to the downside, we don't have anything. We don't have anything here. Like there's nothing stopping us above here. Maybe this high, that would be the only one that could give us a reaction. But besides this, like we don't have anything more. And we don't have also any immediate like 4 hour PDA rate around here. The only one would be this 4 hour gap that was also aligned with the daily gap. So from the 4 hour gap, what do I extract? That the 4 hour gap is also, the 4 hour time frame is also bullish. And then I go to the hourly. What's the hourly looking like? Same thing. We tapped into a fair value gap here. To the upside, we had a fair value gap to the downside here that we completely inverse, and we created this BPR here with this fair value gap here. This BPR. I mean, that's an universal value gap. So after this, we also here 3 a.m. closed above the previous 2 a.m. low and it started moving higher. So that's also a bullish sign. So what do I extract from the hourly chart? That the hourly is also bullish. So what I do is I go time frame to time frame looking for what do I have on one side and what do I have on the other side? What do I have on the bullish side? What do I have on the bearish side? If I have more bullish signs than bearish, I'm gonna go for the bullish. If I can align the most high time frames all together, aligning with the same bias, then better. Like I could have a daily bearish bias and a bullish 4 hour bias, and then eventually, like if I'm even on the things that I see on the different time frames, then I'm just neutral and I'm just going to trade whatever the market gives me at that moment, and maybe reducing size or taking any different like decisions. What about my desktop setup? What do you mean, like my hardware, where I have like the screen and the keyboard and everything? 30-minute bullish inversion. True. Like I really still feel bullish about everything that's being shown here. I think the 5 minute setup here didn't play out yet, but it was clean enough. But yeah, anyone has any other question? I think it's good that we end the stream around here. Oh, I'm really tired today. Thank you, Slayer brother. Same. Enjoy the weekend. All right, boys. Waiting for a few questions. Okay. How long have you been trading and when did you reach profitability? I've been trading, like I've been involved with trading or trading itself for uh 6, 7 years. I'm not doing it for the meme, by the way. I think it's more 7 than 6. Related, like I've been into crypto, I've been into forex, I've been into NFTs, I've been into different markets. And eventually, last time that I told myself that I was going to try it once more, it ended up being futures and indices. And that was the time that I I clicked into my moment, the click moment in trading. And I've been profitable for 2 years now, 2 straight years. There's a girl or two or three. Believe it or not. There's more. There's more than two. Uh, thank you, brother. Rabbit Bullet. Very clear explanation on the bias question. Yeah, it was my fear taking longs while trading close to all time. Anyways, thank you, Juno. Yeah, like boys, the all-time high mindset. You need to take it out of your head of wanting to short all-time highs. I've been trading all-time highs like most part of my years in NQ, and it's just like if you flow with the all-time high mode and the state of just going higher, you're gonna find trading extremely useful. Like the past month has been extremely great for me because I'm just flowing with the bullish bias every day. Like 95% of the trades that we've taken here on stream have been longs. Like maybe just a couple shorts on the past like month, 2, 3 shorts. What was do you use the exact same ICT unicorn model or use differently? I use it differently. Like the logic about the entry function is just the same. It's just the same logic about the breaker block, about the fair value gap. Uh, but the model itself, it's all ICT based. The concepts that we use are all ICT. But the checklist, like the logic, the what you want to see happen, it's a bit different of how ICT teaches it. My turning point, my turning point was okay. So my turning point, I know it. Um, when I started with the trading thing with with the indices and futures once more, and I told myself that that moment that this chance was going to be my last chance of like getting into the trading thing because I was failing, like I've been failing for years when it comes to trading, and eventually I did it, but I did fail a lot. So when I started with the trading thing again on indices, I got diagnosed a disease on my kidney um, that doesn't have a cure. I'm all good. I go to the doctors, but I got diagnosed that disease. And I had to stop working my 9 to 5, obviously, because I had to go through chemotherapy. I had to go through different medications. So I had to stay home. And that was at the same time that I started with the trading thing. And I was like so sick of like in my mindset of not being able to make it in trading that I've been trying for so many years. And now I get diagnosed like a disease that I know, like at that moment in my head, like I didn't know if I was gonna die, if I was gonna just I don't know, die in the coming years or whatever. So my mindset like turned that bad thing of like my disease into I want to make this shit work out before something happens. Uh, and I just went into a monk mode. I just completely removed all my apps on my phone. I didn't go out because I couldn't, obviously, because I was going through medications and chemotherapy and I couldn't go out home. So I was spending all my time at home in front of the screen, trying to learn, trying to trade, trying to uh, see what I was doing good, what I was doing wrong. And yeah, and by the time I stopped with the medications and they gave me green light to keep going with my life, uh, that's basically when in like it went by like a year since I started, and then eventually when I could start going out again, I start seeing the progress of it and start seeing the payouts on the fundeds and start seeing the money flow in. I got a chance to get into the lab. Um, so yeah, from my turning point was having really, really bad news in my life that made me push harder than ever. I think if I never went like had to go through something like this, I would never made it to where I am today, probably. I really needed something really fucking strong, like a reason strong enough for me to just completely forget about other things in life and just focus on this. Good morning, Alex, my G. Okay, boys, after this talk and this uh, run through my life, obviously you're listening, sharing. Have a nice weekend, bro. Thank you, brother. Same. You do this here for 2 hours every day and you don't get bored. Thank you for it, brother. Love you. So yeah, it's been 2 hours already. Um, Again, if someone has any question, I'm still open to keep answering questions. If not, we're gonna move on. It's Friday. We had a great week. Three out of three trades this week. Um, completely insane, if you let me say it. Um, and yeah, I think it's time to move on for the. I'm not even gonna trade New York today, if I'm being honest. After this win, no need to. But yeah, boys, thank you so much for tuning in. I think I've seen more than 100 people at some point during the stream. So that to me is crazy during London session. Never thought we would get you, so many of you here. So I'm really appreciative for this. Um, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, that you have a great weekend. We're gonna see each other Monday, as usual, next week, every day for London session. Getting great trades. Oh wait, what did I take? Oh yeah, I have the executions out. I took this long over here that the tool, that the indicator bullish, there you go, that the indicator showed up, like this thing printed, and we took it. Yeah, that's what we took today. Thank you, James. Likewise, have a good weekend. See you next week. So yeah, boys, just want to say you are amazing. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love you guys. You're also amazing. Yeah, have a good one, Theos. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, boys and girls, see you next week. Thank you, Ed. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. See you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.